Najib Razak has refuted former Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin's claims that declaring an emergency was necessary to combat COVID-19, citing the protracted lockdown that ensued and the high case numbers that persisted during the emergency. Najib, a former Prime Minister himself, pointed out that the emergency did little to reduce the number of COVID-19 cases, with Malaysia ending up as one of the worst performing countries in the region. In a recent interview with Abu Dhabi-based newspaper The National, Muhyiddin compared the pandemic as worse than a war, which necessitated his decision to recommend to the Yang di-Pertuan Agong to declare an emergency. However, in a Facebook post today, Najib said that despite being locked up for so long, our record of COVID cases and deaths was the worst in ASEAN and among the worst in the world during that period. As a result of half-baked measures, where factories and construction sites were allowed to operate, but small businesses and ordinary people were locked up, Malaysia's lockdown period was the longest in the world. He said what was more shocking was that after Muhyiddin resigned, the country was told that there were even more outstanding and unreported COVID-19 deaths. Although Muhyiddin had admitted to spending 600 billion ringgit on stimulus packages, Najib said the situation had worsened, leading the king and the Malay rulers to issue a joint order for the government to end the emergency and to use new approaches to fight the virus and safeguard the economy. The method of dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic must be inclusive, involving various stakeholders who are ready to listen, learn, make modifications and improvements, to successfully convince and get the full cooperation of the people at various levels, he said. For this reason, he said most people were of the opinion that the emergency and the lockdown were not to fight COVID-19 or help the people, but to prevent Muhyiddin from being overthrown so that the Perikatan Nasional government could remain in power.